What's up, everybody? Man, that is really bright. Anyway, welcome in, everybody, to a very special episode. Look, this was a last-minute thing. I wasn't going to do it, and then I said, you know what? I need to do this. Welcome into a special episode of DISANITY. We can't do it tomorrow night because tomorrow night we're on location for you guys. So I said to myself, you know what? We're going to do it tonight. And for those of you, I'm sure everybody in this community has been around the last week and a half to 2 weeks. We've been having tons of conversations about the 50 golden statues that are coming out. There was this rumored list that came out of all 50, and we had some conversations over the weekend. Some good conversation, to be honest with you. I think heated, but in a passionate way for people that care about Disney and care about, you know, what is brought out in these statues. So, and I was a part of it, a big part of it this weekend. Carlos is in here. He was. Dan was. Lots of different people. Actually, I got to give a shout out right now to T. Marie's place. Tina is actually going to do her own list on, I think, Wednesday. If one of my mods could put her link to her Wednesday show, I highly recommend you go watch her show as well, because it's good to see these different viewpoints of what people think should be a statue. I'm not going to call it 50 characters, and I'll tell you why when I get into my list. 50 statues for 50 years of Walt Disney World. And I'll get into why later on. You'll see it as you see my list. I've broken my list down into categories of 5. And we'll get into all of them until we get to 50. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys are here. I put not a lot of thought into this list. So I'm sure it's going to be a lot of people that are going to disagree in a lot of ways. But we'll see. We'll see. I want to say hi to a few people in the chat, and then we will get going. We have Noel Ash is here. Carlos Disney World Freak. Rebecca Virginia DIY, one of our members, is here. Phantasm Chronicles is here. Shield the 4. Mr. A to Z, who popped in and said, just here to say Oswald should be 1. Have a great evening. Charles Weiss, another member. Mike Klemovich, another member. Brian K, another member. Good to have you all here. Movie Mania Nick, another member. Welcome in. Good to see you. Norway Tibby, welcome in. Good to see you again. Stevie Lee. Charles Weiss, he says, I'm ready, not going anywhere. Went to orthopedic surgeon today, 4 to 6 weeks out with torn muscle in the back. Oh my gosh, Charles. My buddy, I hope you get better soon. Monorail Molly, welcome in. Excited to have this conversation. I'm sure you won't be after you see my list. Carlos, I'm not even going to read that. Disney should be ashamed of themselves. Now, hey, I'm sure they have their reasons why they're doing what they're doing. I also want to say hi to George Priestley is here. Debbie Bernfeld, another member, is here. Surfer Girl Cherie is here, another member. Aline Silva, Ashley Brooks, Nick in Virginia, Rianne Vaughn, John Surfbum, Kay Atwood, all in the house. Candy Tink, another member, is here as well. Good to see everybody. So again, 50 golden statues, going to be all around Walt Disney World. My list is very unique. I'm going to have someone here that I'm sure some of you are not going to agree with. Some of them you're going to probably scratch your head as to why. I'm not going to say I took the easy way out, but I kind of, again, I'm calling it the golden statue, not the golden characters. Kim Daniels, another member, welcome in. Good to have you here. Charlie and Stacy, the Disney Nerd Herders, welcome in as well. So let's get right into the list. I'm going to have the list up on the other page, and I will show you guys as we get to it. We'll start with the obvious ones, and I want to know what everybody thinks in the chat. I have no problem with it. Let's keep it family friendly and respectful. You can respectfully disagree, but let's not call me a dummy or anything like that. Please, but I don't want anybody to say, gee, well, that was dumb. No, I'm just kidding. So here's my first 5. I'll bring these up. I think these are obvious, or the first 6, the Sensational Six. Look, Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, Pluto, and Daisy, they have to make the list. Thank you, Carlos, for posting that. I appreciate it. You know what? Before we even get any further, these are the obvious ones, so I can throw these up there. Hey, Brandy Baez, another member. Welcome in. Right after this show, be sure to go check out Nick, Magical News Live. I think they're doing a Give Kids the World fundraiser at 6 p.m. tonight. So we'll run a little bit over. But after you're done with me, go over and see Nick, Magical News Live. He's standing in for Steve. Steve's been sick. Him and Donna are down at Disney Springs doing a Give Kids the World fundraiser that Steve was supposed to be doing. So if you could go out and see them, I would appreciate it after this. Just tell them Mouse Talk sent you. That would be great. George Brown, welcome in. Good to have you in here as well. Let me go back to those first 6. Again, I might even have more than 50 now that I think about it. I forgot this is the 6. So we might have 51. We can get rid of one if we have to. Yes, so far so good. Candy Tink says welcome in as well. But the Sensational Six, right? I think they have to be there. You can make it the Sensational 5 if you want to put Mickey and Minnie together to make them one statue. That's fine. It doesn't matter to me. Will they have a gold Walt statue? They won't. They don't. You know what? I don't think, Rebecca, they need it. I'll be honest with you. Walt's very prominent in the parks. He's got the partner statue right there in the middle of the park. They might make that statue gold for the purposes of the 50th. I wouldn't be surprised if you see that statue be a gold statue. They are refurbishing it as we speak, so that could happen. Karen Shortbridge, welcome in. Good to have you here. So for what it's worth, I think you might see that, but for what's already there. So there's your first 6. Now I'm going to get to the next 5. And I don't know if anybody will have an issue with these next 5. But these are my next 5. So I have the Genie from Aladdin, Jiminy Cricket, Dumbo. The 7 Dwarves are one statue to me. Okay? That's 1. And a Dalmatian. I don't, 101 Dalmatians is a classic. I think a Dalmatian has to make the list. In my opinion, has to get one of these. And I have to put a Dalmatian on this list. Now, these aren't in order of importance, but these are obviously the first 6. We know they're the most important, but these are just the next ones in the list for me. There's no specific importance to these. But let me know what you think of these. Are there any of these here that you would not include? Any here that you would include? Let me know. What's up, James Ryan? What's up, my man? Yeah, I just did a quick surprise stream. I was really thinking about this list. I knew I couldn't do it tomorrow night. I couldn't do it Wednesday night. I couldn't do it Thursday night. Probably can't do it Friday night. And then we're into the weekend. And I was like, I didn't want to wait that long. I wanted to get it while the oven, while the fire was hot with this, or whatever that saying is, to really talk about it with you guys. But let me know, what do you think, again, of these next 5? Anybody here you don't like? Dumbo I like, and I agree. Let's see. I think 7 Dwarfs makes sense because that was the first princess movie. Yeah. Peter Pan and Tink. Well, we'll see, John. Hang in there. Where's Snow White with 7 Dwarfs? Mike, we got a long way to go. Hang in there, gang. But on these 5, anybody here? The Genie. Oh, absolutely, John. I think the Genie is one of the prominent characters for Disney. I really, really do. The Genie is one of my favorite. He's one of my top 5. So he would make it for me. Without a doubt, he would make it for me. But again, that's why I'm asking you guys. Now, this next one, this is where I think I'm going to lose a lot of people, okay? But I'm going to get into this, and I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to take it one at a time, okay? I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to get in, and probably the Dalmatian, but Cruella would be good. What about doing a Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs statue, and also how could you not have Jiminy Cricket since he sings? Right, exactly, I agree. A Dalmatian depends on the rest of the list. Okay, gotcha. Don't like the Dalmatian. Okay, I understand that. All right, so here's my next list. I'm going to bring it up one at a time. Disney owns a lot of intellectual properties that they initially didn't have that they bought. Okay, they also have some of these that obviously there's so many characters that you can't name them all, and it's too many to keep ones out. So I lump them into certain categories, and I'll get into what I mean by this. So my first one is, for all the Pixar characters, I'm giving a gold statue to the Pixar lamp. Because you have Buzz, Woody, Dory, Nemo, Mike, Sully, Joy, Sadness, Lightning McQueen. There are so many characters that are Pixar. You could find 50 Pixar characters alone to make up this list, which just isn't going to happen. And you can't have Mike without Sully. You can't have Woody without Buzz. You just can't, in my opinion. So what I'm doing is I'm lumping all of the Pixar together, and I'm saying the Pixar lamp represents all of them. That gets a statue to represent. Okay, again, this is my list. That's why I want you guys here. I want to know what you think of that. That's my first one. Now, all 5 of these are in the same context, so kind of keep this in mind. That's how I'm seeing this. So Pixar lamp represents all of Pixar. The next one is the Marvel logo. Marvel is now owned by Disney. There are so many Marvel characters out there. You can't have Cap without Iron Man. You can't leave out Thor, Black Widow, Captain Marvel, Hulk. There's so many great Marvel characters that I'm just going to put the Marvel logo and I'm going to make it gold, and it represents all of the Marvel characters. Okay? Or the Pixar ball. Right, Mike. Either way, the lamp or the ball. The lamp was first. The lamp is the actual Pixar logo. That's the one you see at the very beginning that knocks, that jumps on the eye. That's why I picked it. The lamp has always been kind of the logo to me. That's fine. And that's the whole point, Carlos. That's the point of these, is to do that. Again, dude, I can find 50 Pixar characters alone. But the lamp was before the ball. It was. That was if you remember when they had Pixar Place in Disney's Hollywood Studios, the lamp was up there, not the ball. So that's why I picked the lamp. To me, that's synonymous more than the ball is. But that's just me. Too many Marvel characters. Exactly. So that's why I say for Marvel, I'm just using the Marvel logo. But that's why. Well, Carlos, I want you to do a list. That's why I want that too. That was one thing I was going to say, is anybody that has a channel and does these, I think you should do that. My next one is a lightsaber representing all of the Star Wars. Again, guys, I can find you 50 Star Wars characters that can make this list. Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, Darth Vader, Kylo Ren, Rey, C-3PO, R2-D2. Geez, the list goes on and on and on. There's so many Star Wars characters, but they need to be represented. That's my list for Star Wars. I'm going to put a lightsaber as representing all of the Star Wars characters. That's what I see there for them, because Star Wars has to be represented. But I mean, Disney was going to do R2-D2 and BB-8. What did Rebecca say? Unpopular opinion, there may be too many princesses to have them all. I might have to just do a golden tiara. Well, we're going to get to princesses, Rebecca, but I like that idea. Again, you're thinking out of the box like me. Okay, that's the whole point here. We can argue till the cows come home on characters. You've got to put a limit somewhere. And Disney was about Disney animation first. Marvel, Pixar, Star Wars, they all came later. They were not there originally. It was Disney animation first. So that's how I'm seeing this. And I think when you're talking 50 years, you have to really take that into account. What about the Death Star? Well, the Death Star represents just the bad guys, though. But again, lightsabers is both good and bad. You can have good guys and bad guys with lightsabers. That's why I picked the lightsaber, because you could be either end with that. You need a Coke and a cookie to represent Reserve TV. Sorry, Avery, they don't make my list, pal. All right, so my next one. This is where I think people might, again, it's my opinion on what I think they should do. The poison apple that represents all Disney villains. Again, there are so many Disney villains. You can't have the Evil Queen and Maleficent and not have Cruella and Ursula. You can't have Jafar and not have Scar. You can't have Hades and not have Frollo. There's so many, but the poison apple represents the evil. We know the poison apple is bad. So I chose the poison apple as a representation of all the Disney villains. No, but it is Disney. But Carlos, it doesn't matter if it's Disney World. But if you look at the list, some of the ones that are on the list have nothing to do with Disney World. They were around well before Disney World, even with the ones in the list that they're going to have. So you have to take into account all of it. Okay? That they're all represented in the parks. Marvel's represented in the parks. Pixar's represented in the parks. Villains are represented in the parks. So I think you're wrong. I mean, and don't take that the wrong way. I think you're wrong. Disney World represents all of these in some capacity. May not be a big capacity, but there are villains in Disney World. There is Marvel in Disney World. It's small, but it's there. Star Wars has a huge presence in Disney World. So I'll take you to task on that. I don't agree. I think you got to look at it that way. We should be celebrating the 4 parks, not all of Disney. That's where this is all tough to me. Well, you're not. again, what are you going to do? You're going to do 50 ride vehicles then? You can do that if you want. Is there 50 rides in the park? So I get what you're saying, but it's Disney World encompasses everything. It's all about the IPs. It's about the originality. Again, that's how I see it. But that's why I want to see your list, Carlos. If that's how you see it, I think you need to make up a list. Let me see your list. That's why I want you to make one. Carlos, you have a show tomorrow night at 4 p.m. Do this. Let me see your list. I would love to see it. So my last one is a sword and a shield that represent all of the princes. Okay, the princes are in the parks. You see them. Not as often as we should, but the good guys. The sword and the shield to represent princes. You know, we see princes in the parades. We see them from time to time in meet and greets. We don't see them as much as we should. Oh, I will, Ashley. I will definitely tell Steve you said hope he feels better. It is very, very, very thoughtful. She won't let you change the show. We'll do it the week after. Roman, welcome in as impartial observer, awards 1.2 Walt. Roman, welcome in. But anyway, let me go back to where we were. Yeah, so again, all the princes, I mean, there's so many princes. There's Prince Eric, there's Prince Charming. There's so many great good guys out there that are these princes that never get recognized. And I think we just kind of put a sword and a shield together to represent the princes as a whole. But each prince has a different item. Right, but a sword and shield is kind of the prince, the knight in shining armor type thing, which a lot of these princes are based after, for sure. Again, Mike, you can nitpick this. I agree. That's why it's a fun list to do. That's just, I mean, we don't have to choose a poison apple. We could use anything for villains. But I just picked that because that was the one thing I thought of, you know, with sword and shield. You're right. I mean, but what's Prince Eric got? Didn't he use a sword, I think, to get her? Or no, he used the ship. Did he really even have anything? So I'm with you. Well, Hercules has a sword. Let's see, but each prince has a different name. For sure, exactly. And that's why it encompasses, the first two princes had sword and shields. So that's kind of why I'm going there to start. I'm enjoying this list. Oh, thank Mike. No, I'd love the feedback. That's the whole point, because you guys are helping me to think of things that would possibly be something that would take the difference. If you didn't use the sword and the shield to encompass all the princes, what would you use? I mean, you may not even put them on the list. That's why we do these lists. I think they're a lot of fun. Brandy, that's funny. No, not me. That is funny, though. She says, yeah, right. You want a statue of yourself to be for the prince. No, not at all. I heard that they picked... I didn't see... I'm sorry, Kay. I didn't read it. I know you'll repost. I'll look for it. Thank you, guys. Again, 50 watching. That's amazing. Thank you, guys, so much. All right, so here's the next 5. You know what? I did him twice. That was dumb. Hold on 1 second. Actually, I can kind of replace that one with that one. I don't know. Again, this is, I think, where I'm going to lose some of you. Jason, welcome. He goes, man, you really thought this out. Kind of. Not really. Not really. I mean, I thought about this like a half an hour before I posted it. So, you know, it again, there's a lot of holes in this. I heard that Kay says, I heard that they picked 50 characters that have no negative publicity. Okay. They probably did, which is probably why the head scratchers on this so much. I'm doing good, Brent. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Jeff says if Bob Chapek had his way, there would be a SpongeBob SquarePants statue. Debbie, thank you. I'm going to tell her you said that. I know the best princess statue should be Melissa. Oh, she's going to let me say that. 50 statues of Bob Chapek. Yeah, I don't know. He might not want that. He has to cut costs. All right, so here's my next 5. Again, I don't know if you guys will agree with the list. I like the list. This is mine. I probably, this first one I just did because I actually put the genie on here twice. I had to think of somebody quick. So here we go. Next 5. TikTok from Peter Pan, Simba, the Beast, Sebastian, and Quasimodo. I really think he needs to be represented in this. So there's my next 5. Again, I'm sure some of these would make the list for some. I'm sure some of them wouldn't for others. But that's my next 5. I think Simba the Beast, they're kind of obvious ones. Sebastian, TikTok, and Quasimodo, debatable for sure. I think they all have their reasons for being there. Never smile at a crocodile. Everybody knows who TikTok is. Whenever you hear TikTok on a clock, it always reminds me of that. Sebastian is fantastic. One of the best supporting characters or sidekicks out there, in my opinion. Hey, Matt Logan, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Brent, we have extra large. Yes, there are extra larges out there. For sure. Carlos. So Avery says, he says, agreed about Quasimodo. Once happily ever after ends, Notre Dame won't have any representation. I agree. I mean, that's part of the issue. I don't think we get that as much. Mike says, I would also have the gargoyles with Quasimodo. The rest are great. And you know what? I gotta say, Mike, I wouldn't have a problem with the gargoyles either, but I don't know that most people would see it as being part of Hunchback. I don't know that they would make that connection. So I just used the main character for sure. But, you know, there's going to be the casual fan might go in there and say, gargoyles? Remember the old Gargoyles show? Was that Disney? And that's what they're going to probably think of. Hey, Hatbox Ghost, welcome in. Good to have you here. Take care, Brent. Have a good day, buddy. Thanks for being here, pal. But TikTok, Simba, Beast, Sebastian, Quasimodo. That's my next 5. I don't know. They make sense to me. I like those characters. I think they deserve to be there in some way, shape, or form. And again, Disney probably did choose 50 characters that have no sort of negative publicity in any way, shape, or form. All right, here's my next 5. Let me know what you think of these. We have Bambi, Chip and Dale as one statue, Peter Pan, Stitch, and I'm sorry, Roger Rabbit has to make the list to me. He is such a unique, wonderful character that is vastly underrepresented in the parks that I think he has to make it. Whew, sorry, I had the yawn there. So Bambi, I think, is a no-brainer. I love Bambi. Okay, let's start over. Hey, Cynthia, welcome in. Bambi, Chip and Dale, Peter Pan, Stitch, and Roger Rabbit. Anybody in there you wouldn't put? Anybody? Let me know if you guys think of those. I think they all have to make the list. I don't know. I think those are all ones that they're really hard to keep those off the list. Bambi is one of the first movies. Look, who's the bad guy in Bambi? Man, it's such a great film. I think it's an underrepresented one. I love it. Again, you don't see anything in the parks with Bambi. I don't know. I don't know why. I think they should. Kenny Tink says if they do Stitch, they should put it near the Polynesian. Well, it's going to be in the park. So if they're going to do Stitch, I think Stitch is probably going to go somewhere in Tomorrowland. That's where I would put him. That's where he's represented anyway. His meet and greets and all are over there. That's where his attraction used to be. I would put him there. You know what, Mike? I forgot all about the Muppets. I forgot the Muppets, you guys. Oh my God, you guys are gonna kill me. All right, so we'll have to make some changes to this. Yep, I'll make some changes right now. I'll put them in there right now because I know exactly who I would put in. You're right, I should have done it. Although they probably could have been one of the ones that had their own logo for sure. But I am gonna put them in there. So there you go. Good job. Thank you. You're right. Gotta scoot. See you. Talk soon. Take care, James Ryan. Have a good day, buddy. Welcome in, Francisco. Good to see you, my friend. Another member. Good to have you here, my pal. What's wrong with you? I know, Stevie. I just forgot. I added them to the list. I bumped somebody. I'm not going to say who I bumped, but I bumped somebody to put a couple of them. I'm going to put them together as one, but yes. You forgot. I know. I'm getting old. I can't help it. I just forgot. All right, next 5. Here we go. Baloo from Jungle Book. Or Mowgli. To be honest with you, it could be either one. I have no problem with either one of them. Rod Priester, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. I know. I don't know what I was thinking. Baloo, Pinocchio, Alice, Lady and the Tramp, and Pooh and Tigger together. Again, Lady and the Tramp, I feel, have to be there. Pooh and Tigger have to be there together. It's like peanut butter and jelly. DSNY lover, welcome in. Take out Beast. He's a prince and already represented. But not the prince side of him. I want the Beast side. But I get it. I get that. That makes sense to me. I can understand that omission, putting him as part of the princes. I get it. I really do. That I have no problem with that. That makes sense to me. See if he has it. It's closed. Here, look. It's just water. Oh, that is so funny. You guys are hilarious. Peter Pan with TikTok. I guess so. Yeah, you could for sure. Stardio Studios, welcome in. All right. So again, there's the next ones: Baloo, Pinocchio, Alice, Lady and the Tramp, Pooh and Tigger. Anybody on there you wouldn't put? Anybody you wouldn't? They do have a Pooh and Piglet, but I think Tigger should be there for some reason. I don't know. I do. I think he should be there. Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket. Yeah, I think so. I get it. I just like them separate for some reason. I think they're such huge characters in Disney that they should. I mean, Pinocchio's got his own restaurant. Jiminy Cricket sings the song at the end of the night. They're really big characters to me, and that's why I put them by themselves. And for me, again, that's what's great about these lists. Hey, Jeremy Dodge, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. What about Herbie? No live action, really. I kind of put them all off this. Again, there's so many different ways you could go with this. Again, you're right. I mean, you could put live action characters in there too. What about Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff like that? I didn't go down that road. I tried to keep this as simple as possible. Will Disney listen to you since your name is Walt? No. I love Tigger, not a fan of Piglet. Yeah, okay, I'm with you. Piglet, I could take or leave. Yes, separate Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket. For me. Again, for me. Dad Builds, what's up, Chris? Good to see you. He says, I like Pooh and Tigger better than Pooh and Piglet, but that is just personal preference. Either is fine with me. Yeah, well, that's why we do these lists. That's what makes them fun. Guys, 56 likes. Thank you so much. All right, so we saw this list, Baloo, Pinocchio, Alice, and all them. Here we go with the next one. This is what I think that I'm going to get a lot of backlash on. Here we go. Jack Skellington, Hercules, Mushu, Figment, Kermit, and Miss Piggy. Now, of course, again, I just added Kermit and Miss Piggy. I'm not going to tell you who I had there, but you're right. They should be on the list. The Muppets I forgot. I don't have any other way of saying it other than I forgot. But Kermit and Miss Piggy, Jack Skellington, Mushu, Figment, Hercules. What do you guys think? Not a big Alice fan. Switch it. Rod says, I like Alice. I think... see, Alice isn't a princess to me. She's just Alice. So, again, when we get to that part, I think I'll have a lot of people that are going to give me some feedback when we get to that point. Just call Disney and say, this is Walt. They will listen to you. No, they won't. They know the real Walt's gone, so they're going to know. Mike Klemovich, I'm not a big Orange Bird fan. I'm just not. I'm not an Orange Bird fan. A lot of people like him. I can't put him ahead of some of these that I'm listing. I can't put him ahead of any of these that I'm listing. That's why. But you're right. He's specific to, I guess, I don't know. Figment is the big one to me that is specific to the parks. Because he was supposed to be Figment was supposed to be the only character in Epcot. They weren't going to bring in the regular Disney characters like Mickey, Minnie, and all of them. They weren't going to do that. Figment was going to be the only character that you were going to see, at Epcot, period. They changed their mind. But he makes all the sense in the world to me. The others are, Jack can come off, he kidnaps Santa. Well, Miss Piggy has a statue on the fountain. That's true, she does. I'm not a fan of Jack Skellington. For fear of huge hate flying at me, I am not a Figment fan. There's nothing wrong with that. No love for Jack. No, doesn't seem like it. What's up, Noah? Good to see you, my man. How are you? Noah's saying hi to everybody. Rianne says Jack would be awesome for their Halloween time. Oh, yeah, he'll be there for Halloween. Don't worry about that. We ignore Jack in the Haunted Mansion. Yeah, I bet you do. At Box Ghost. I didn't know Orangeburg was Disney. Yeah, Orangeburg is Disney. Yep. So there you go. Again, Jack Skellington, Hercules, Mushu, Figment, Kermit, Miss Piggy. Oh, I kind of gave away the next list. Don't look at that. All right, next 5. Here we go. You kind of saw it. Paul Angle, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Prince Charming can come off the list. It doesn't matter. We'll replace him with whoever. I forgot. Like I said, I put this together at the last minute, so please pardon my dust. I tell you what, I'll change it right now. There you go. That's who I would put. Miguel, Remy, Tinkerbell, Timon and Pumbaa, and Kronk. Obviously, I can't have Prince Charming. He's one of the ones that goes on the list with the princes, so he doesn't get to be there. Captain Akron, welcome in. Good to see you as well. Hands full, heart full. Welcome in. Good to have you here. How are you? Good to have you. All right, let's see. So what do you guys think of these 5? Again, I had to make... I'm sorry. I'm making some adjustments. My apologies. Stick with me. I do. I think Kronk, Emperor's New Groove has to be represented. That is a highly underrated movie. I think that movie is phenomenal. It is laughs upon laughs upon laughs. He is the quintessential bad guy turned good guy kind of thing. I love him. Exactly, Chris. That's the point. That's why, Chris, when you do your show, you should do a list as well. I'd love to see the lists of everybody. I think that would be really, really cool. Cusco instead would be better. I get it, Stevie Lee. I get that one. Yep, is a better one. See, I like Kronk. I think Kronk's very, very funny. I think he's a great character that is, again, underrepresented in the parks and should be. I don't know that I would pick anyone else in that movie. Maybe Yzma falls under villains. It would either be Cusco or Kronk from that movie. I think the movie needs to be represented in some way. Again, you can't get every movie in here, but we try to get as many as we can. So that's the next 5. Captain Hook himself beats out Kronk for me. Well, Captain Hook falls under villains. That's why I didn't put him there, Brandy. He falls under... All villains are going to fall under the poison apple. That's why it's there. So they're all under one umbrella to me. But you're right. How do you not pick Captain Hook? I agree. He's one of the best. You can't leave him off. All right, next. But I do like, for me, Miguel's got to be there. I think Remy's got to be there. He's going to be represented in the parks in the next 2 months. Tinkerbell is phenomenal. She flies every single night at the parks. Timon and Pumbaa are amazing. I don't know. I don't see, maybe Kronk on that one of those 5. But other than that, I don't see how anybody else comes off the list. All right, so we're coming to the end. We're now going to talk about princes. All the princesses. I broke this down into a certain way of doing this. There are a lot of princesses. I can't include all of them. You're right. We could take the easy route on this too. Harringtons love Disney. Welcome in. And just do a tiara, like Rebecca said, for all of them. And I totally get that. But I wanted to kind of make this a little bit hard on myself. So here's how I do this. Cinderella has to make it. It's her castle. That's the castle at Magic Kingdom. It's Cinderella's castle. She makes the list. From there, I picked 2 from the Golden Age. Now, I say Golden Age, I'm talking about older movies. And these are the 2 princesses that I picked from the Golden Age. I picked Snow White, and I picked Aurora. That's my 2. So far, I've picked 3 princesses. I've picked Cinderella, Snow White, and Aurora. I can't not add Cinderella. She has to be there. It's her castle. Snow White was the first princess. Aurora has her castle out in Disneyland. I get it. But those are the ones I chose from the golden era. Okay? Those 2. It doesn't matter. Either one. Melissa's asking me what I want for dinner. Pick one. I don't care.
You pick one.
The bottom one.
All right.
She won't come on screen.
No.
Thanks.
I look atrocious.
Get to making dinner, woman. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, let me know what you think of those. That's the one. I'm just kidding. She knows I'm kidding everybody. Yes, all 3 of those princesses need their own statues. Exactly. That's what I think so too. Hey, David Stevens, welcome in. Good to have you here. 67 likes, guys. Thank you very much. All right, from the Golden Age, we're going to go to the... Where is it? Hold on. To the Renaissance Age. Obviously, I just showed you the first one. So these are the ones I chose from the Renaissance Age. Cinderella has the big statue with the fountain behind the castle. Yep, she's there. She's represented. So these are the 2 I chose from that area. Belle and Ariel. I didn't choose Jasmine. Although she's my favorite, I think these 2 are the better picks of that era, of the Renaissance. That's during the time of when Disney kind of got back on the map when it comes to these movies. Remember, they had that lull there in the 80s where they weren't getting very big hits. And then all of a sudden in 1989, Little Mermaid comes out, or Aladdin comes out, then Little Mermaid, then The Lion King, then Beauty and the Beast, and they just knocked it out of the park. Elle, welcome in. Good to see you. Candy Tink says, she says, if you don't have Cinderella, there is something seriously wrong with them because there is no castle without her. Correct. I agree. These are tough choices, kind of like picking what you want for dinner. Exactly. It's true. It's exactly right. But in the Renaissance Age, I say, I mean, you know, Pocahontas is there too. You could probably go in that route. But I went with these 2. I went with Belle and I went with Ariel. They were the ones that I thought are probably the most quintessential princesses, in my opinion, for that time. Now, the next one is what I call the modern age, okay? This is the modern age. I went with 3 here. I went with Merida. I went with Tiana. I went with Elsa for this modern age. Now, again, this is where I think I'm going to get some pushback from everybody. But what do you think about that? In the modern age, those are the... Actually, I'm sorry. I picked 5. Rapunzel and Mulan. That rounds out all 50. Again, it might be one or... I think it might be... If you total it up, it might be 51. But there you go. The modern age, Merida, Tiana, Elsa, Rapunzel, and Mulan. It's almost every princess. We didn't leave out too many. But it's hard to say Tiana and not say Elsa. All right. Yes, it could be Anna. You know, it could be Pocahontas isn't there. Moana isn't there. There are some that don't make the list. But I think this is a good representation of the modern age princess that we're seeing. That's a little bit more independent, action-packed, can do their own thing, self-serving. I mean that in a good way, not in a bad way. In my opinion, that's my that's kind of why I chose them. They're all definitely the princesses of today. They're not your Belle. They're not your Snow White. They're not your Cinderella waiting for Prince Charming to come around. They're going to do it on their own. You know, and they're warriors. They are definitely more. You get it. They're independent. That's why. Rapunzel reminds me of my daughter with that frying pan as a weapon. That's funny. Mike says, Mouse Talk, the list is really good. I say yes for Tiana and Elsa. Mulan would go in the category before modern age. I guess she would. I guess you're right. I guess I could put her in the Renaissance age. You're right. I could put her there. Like Tiana and Mulan would put Moana in there. There you go. Gotcha. I tried to stay away, Carlos, from live action characters. I didn't. Do I even have a live action character on this list? No, I don't. I don't think I even do. I didn't go live action characters at all. That's why she did. Of course she. I mean, it's Mary Poppins. Normally, yes, she would get a statue, but for me, if I get her, then I gotta start looking at Jack Sparrow, and then I gotta look at this one and that one and that one and this one. That's fine. Craig's Robotics, welcome in. Absolutely, I have no problem with taking. Shoot, I could take Kronk off the list and put Mary Poppins. Absolutely. I just didn't include any live action characters. That's why. But you're right. If you put them with the penguins, it makes more sense. Carlos, if you were watching earlier, obviously you weren't. I did Star Wars. Go back and rewind. Yes, you did. Star Wars and a Marvel. I'm just giving you a hard time, dude. You're right. I mean, there's so many characters you could choose from Star Wars and Marvel. Like those two IPs alone, and you've got your 50. So that's why live action could count the Marvel and Star Wars. Exactly. Right. I mean, that too. I mean, there are so many live action movies over the course of Disney's history. Even in the last 50 years alone, there's so much live action Disney content out there. You could find 50 characters from just live action movies. It's crazy what you could do. But I like these lists. I think they're a lot of fun. What makes them so much fun is the fact that they are very, they're what's the word? I can't think of the words today. But yes, it's very conducive to what you think. Subjective. That's the word. It's very subjective. That's the point. Please don't put the fire lizard from Frozen 2. Exactly. But that's okay. These lists are subjective. Everybody's going to have different characters. No two lists are going to be the exact same. I'll be honest with you. I don't even think no two lists are even going to be within the same 10. I don't even think that of my 50, I don't think another person will even have 40 of the same that I have. Well, but what do you put Mary Poppins in? I didn't do live. I just did. Disney has more than just live action. I mean, Star Wars has more than live action. They do animated, and so does Marvel. Marvel does animated too. I don't know where would you put her? You can't put her with Marvel. You can't put her with Star Wars. Again, that's why these lists are subjective. I guess you could put Pandora on the list. I guess you could do a live action group too. Yeah, you could. But that's why I say this is what makes these so great. There's so many different great ideas. You're right. Mary Poppins should be in here somewhere. How do you include live action? What do you do for that? Are you going to just put in? Somebody might say, okay, live action. I'm just picking Jack Sparrow and Mary Poppins. Somebody else might say, well, what about this person? What about that person? It's very subjective, and that's what's great about it. And that's why I say, if you haven't already done so, do a list. Let us know what your lists are. She's Mary Poppins. She stands alone. Thank you, Brandy. I'll take that. 35 out of my 50, I will take that. That is well over 50%. That is fantastic. Even if you agreed with just one of them, I would be happy. That's why I like doing these. They're so much fun. But there you go, guys. That's my list. Carlos, I think he should do a show on this. I think Chris Dad Bill should do a show on this. I think Charlie and Stacy, the Disney Nerd Herders. Jim, more sunshine, please. Everybody should do one of these lists of what you think the 50 best should be and the reason why you pick them. I do too, Cynthia. I think it would be fun to be able to see those lists. Of what everybody picks. Because you're right, there's going to be so many different ones, and you're going to be like, oh yeah, I forgot about them, or oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about them. That would be fun. Karen says she would put at least 45. Oh, thank you. Fine, I'll do a pop-up stream this week of my list, just not Tuesday, because Suzanne will kill me. What are you doing Tuesday? I didn't see. Oh, that's right, $50 in a day. That's right. Yes, Carlos, I think you should. Mike, do a list. There you go. Dick Van Dyke with penguins. See, Rod says maybe he should be there. So, I hope you guys like this. I know it's a pop-up stream. I just wanted to You all have homework. That's exactly right, Cynthia. You tell them. I hope you guys like this. This was a lot of fun. I've been itching to do my own list. Again, no list is perfect. Even Disney isn't going to get it right. For every one person they're going to make happy, there's two they're not going to make happy, and vice versa. So it is what it is. I'm not happy with Disney's list if that is the right list. What's up, Alex? Welcome in. Are we live? We are live. We're about to end, but we are live. Welcome in, pal. There's a lot on their list I didn't agree with. But again, no list is perfect. You can find reasons to bring people on and take people off no matter what. I mean, I think we all agree on about 20 to 25 of them that we know should be on there. Heck, we got at least 6 that we know should be on there. All of us. But I think these are fun lists. We like to do them. And I just hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate y'all coming in on such a short notice pop-up stream. To get 74 likes on a stream that you guys only knew about 20 minutes before we started, that's phenomenal. Thank you guys so much for coming in and doing this and being part of it and supporting us. We appreciate that. Again, I think Nick Magical News Live is live right now, guys. If you haven't already, try to go over there and see. He's doing a big Give Kids the World fundraiser for Steve. Steve's sick. He couldn't make it. So him and Donna filled in for him admirably. And they're live right now. And I'm sorry that I'm kind of stepping on their toes. So if you can go over there, talk to them, say hi. Maybe if you're able to donate, great. Or just support. Just let them know Mouse Talk sent you. And that would be fantastic. I would appreciate that. Again, tomorrow night, we're going to be at Epcot tomorrow night for a fun stream. We're going to be doing, hopefully, some rides. But we're going to be over there for part 2 of our second try at Harmonious. Because last time we tried it, they canceled it 5 minutes before the show was supposed to start. We're going to try Harmonious tomorrow night. This weekend, we're going to be at Magic Kingdom. And we're also going to be at Animal Kingdom. And don't forget, a week from tomorrow, the first Boo Bash. Tuesday, August 10th. Boo Bash will be there. We'll be live. Join us for that, too. And Carlos is right. He says, folks, you all know Walt and I are great friends and love busting each other's chops. This was a great stream. Thanks, pal. I appreciate that. I know. Are we making our own golden statue list? Yes, Alex. You should make your own golden statue list. For sure. Did I miss anybody else? Captain Akron's here. Walt and Melissa are so much fun. They were super kind when they met me. Absolutely, Jeff. Hope you're feeling good, man. It was our pleasure to see you. Sean, Mickey Sightings, what's up, my man? How are you? Good to see you. So Charlie and Stacy need to come back for the show. Yes, Charlie and Stacy need to do this. They need to do their own show. Harmonious, right. Well, it's Epcot Forever this weekend, but we'll be doing Harmonious in October, too. Don't worry about that. Tons of stuff coming. But guys, Dean at the live place. Check him out. Also check out Magic of the Mouse Radio. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays is our podcast. Check it out. We got a new one coming up next Monday, a week from today. Be sure to check out, again, Magic of the Mouse 24/7 Disney music. We all love it. Go check it out. Mike's going to make his list tonight. That's awesome. Check out our realtor, Marc Younger. If you're looking to move into the Orlando area or even just Florida in general, Marc can be, he's there. He can help you. He's already helped people in this community. He's already told me about one house he helped someone in the community. They settled, they sold, got a couple of them in the works. He's patient, he's knowledgeable, he's there to help you. Give him a call. See if it works for you. If it does, great. If it doesn't, he understands, he tried. But check out Marc Younger. His information should be in the description below. Partner channels are Disney, Dan, and Steve's World. Check those guys out. I probably will not make it tomorrow, Carlos. I'm going to try, but I can't say for sure. I don't want to commit and then not make it. That I don't like to do that. But I'll try if I can. But yeah, check out tomorrow. Carlos at 4, Disney World Freak. More Sunshine Please tomorrow at 7. Be sure to check out Jim. Jim's such a great channel. He's a hidden gem of a channel that more people really need to see. Jim is very, very entertaining. He's funny. He's nice. He's welcoming. And he's a hidden gem. He really, really is. Talk about diamonds in the rough. That's Jim for sure. Wednesdays are Charlie and Stacy, the Disney Nerd Herders at 7, but not quite ready for prime time. At 8 o'clock is D&G Explorers. Thursday at 9 is Ron and Meredith, the Doofily Crew. Check them out. They are fantastic as well. They're going to be down here soon. Hey, Mo Mayfield. Welcome in. Good to have you here. Rob Fuzz is Fridays. Saturdays is Dan with his show, Disney Fiasco. this Sunday on our channel as well. We're also going to have our next Disney movie review, and we are reviewing Chimpanzee. So come join us for that. But I love you guys. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you all tomorrow night for DISANITY on location. Go over to Magical News Live. Help out with that. What are they doing? Fundraiser. Oh, God. I'm getting old. Everybody have a great week. We'll talk to y'all soon. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye, gang. Thanks for coming today. 79 likes. That's awesome. Bye, everybody.